Yo, what is going on, dudes? Welcome back to the channel. We are here at Cupar Motorcycles because we are going to be riding this.
Today's video was made possible because of Cupar Motorcycles. They have a great selection of new and used bikes, as well as all styles of riding gear to help keep you warm and safe throughout the year. Whatever it is you're looking for, Cupar Motorcycles can help you out. They also do nationwide delivery on all of their stock, including their motorbikes. They also have professional mechanics on site to help keep your bike in top riding condition. If you're looking for that new ride for the summer, pop in and see them. If you're not able to visit them direct, you can give them a call about any of their bikes and they'll have it delivered direct to your door. I'll leave all their details and social media information in the description below.
So this is the Suzuki GSXS 1000GT. It's one of the newest models in this series. It's a sports touring bike. The engine in this bike is a 999cc inline 4, produces roughly about 152 brake. There is a 20 litre tank in it, which is good for anywhere between about 150 and 200 miles, depending on how you ride it. I'm still getting used to this quick shifter. It's kind of odd not having to use the clutch for going up and down gears, you know, especially when you're so used to you know, using clutches and everything. But this bike is so smooth, dudes. We're going to try and find a nice quiet area to stop. We'll go around the bike, I'll tell you some of the specs. Sitting at 50 miles an hour in 6th gear, you know, there's like no delay, you know, it's just power. You know, obviously it's not going to be the fastest 1000cc in the road because it's more of a tourer style bike, and you can tell that with the riding position. This is a standard windscreen. You can get a tourer style which is about 7 centimeters taller, so obviously if you're going to be doing a lot of motorway riding, all that sort of stuff, you know, you're going to get that bit more wind protection. I'm generally gobsmacked at just how light this bike is. You know, for a bike that is, you know, over 220 kilos, it is insanely flickable and light. It's so smooth as well. We are in mode B at the moment, so you've got 3 different modes. You've got A, B and C. A is obviously, you know, full on power. B is slightly more timid, and then C is just relaxed mode, we'll call it that. Quick shifter, you don't even have to off the throttle, you just up the gearbox, and it's super smooth as well. It's not like there's any delay. As soon as you click it, same, we're going down, it just goes straight down. It's so good. It's like no delay, man. You barely even feel it. You know, there's a little, the smallest of jolts, you know, just dunk when it's actually changing. It's not really that noticeable, to be honest. In terms of height, I can get my left foot flat. I'm 5'9", so I'm not the tallest guy in the world. It's such an easy bike to ride. So there she is, the GSXS 1000GT. She's an absolute great looking bike, isn't she? So you can obviously get a lot of extras for this bike. You can get luggage if that's your thing, because this is going to be the kind of bike, you know, if you're looking for something that's nice and upright, got enough power to do what you need it to do, and you want to go and do a bit of touring, I mean, it's got everything, isn't it? It's nice to look at, it's easy to ride, it's fun to ride, and we've also got the dash. We're going to talk about that in a second, but we're going to go over some of the specs of the bike first. So this is an inline 4 999cc 16 valve engine, and it's got roughly 150 brake horsepower all the way up to 11,000 RPM. It comes with all the latest tech. You know, you've got traction control, ABS, quick shifter, cruise control. It's also got the one touch start. How cool is that? There's no holding buttons. I'll let you have a wee listen to it. I don't know how well the GoPro mic's going to pick it up, but she sounds very good. You can also get some cool decals for the wheels as well. You know, you can get like logos and things. The same with, you can get different seats and things, you know, with logos and whatnot on them. Obviously you can get the tank bag as well, so if you decide to do a bit of touring on it, if you are going to be doing a lot of kind of motorway time, you can get a different screen, which is, you know, about 7 centimeters or so higher, so obviously you're going to get a bit more wind protection. The front discs are two 310mm with 4-pot Brembo calipers. You've also got 2-pot Brembos on the back. The ride height is 810mm, so it's not a tall bike at all. You know, I'm 5'9" and I can get almost both my feet flat, so it's a really manageable bike. Put all the specs in the description, and I'll put some that I haven't mentioned up on screen as well, so you've got a better idea of just what this bike is all about. But the one thing I do want to show you is I want to show you about the dash. This is one of the coolest things about this bike. Now, you can actually link this to your phone through an app called Suzuki MySPIN. Really easy to set up, just connect it through Bluetooth, and then it's just pretty much a simple walkthrough. Connect your vehicle and you can pretty much control your phone from the bike. So we'll go over that more in a minute, but I just want to talk more about the dashboard for a second. It looks like there's maybe quite a few fiddly switches here, but they're actually really simple. You know, it's basically navigation, OK, back, indicators, horn, and plus and minus for setting stuff, and obviously your flashlights. So you can go through, you know, if you look down the bottom right hand corner, you can obviously adjust what you want it to say, how many miles the bike has, how many miles are left in the tank, etc., all that sort of stuff. And your OK mode basically just lets you go in and select what kind of mode you want. So at the moment we are in mode B. So SDMS is Suzuki Drive Mode Selector, so it basically allows you to choose what mode you want. Really easy, you know, just you can either press back or OK, whichever one you want, and up and down to select. So obviously you've got A, B and C. A being the more aggressive, I suppose, is one way to look at it. It basically means that there's no limitations to the engine and the throttle. B is, I think the B is full engine but a slightly more subtle throttle, and C is slightly more subtle. I've been riding about in B and it feels absolutely fine. I'm going to stick with B today because the weather's not the greatest. So once you've selected what you want, just press back. You know, it'll flash for a few seconds. Once you stop touching stuff, it sorts itself out. So you can either press OK or back to start selecting. Now the same with the traction control, 1 being the lowest, 5 being the highest, or off, which we are definitely not going to do. I'm going to keep it on 5 purely because of the weather. There's a lot of wet roads about today. And of course the last one is you've got your quick shifter, right, which is quite cool. I'll be honest, I've never used a quick shifter before, so I'm still just getting used to it. But it is really smooth. It's really subtle when you do change gear. I'm quite impressed with the quick shift, to be honest. I didn't think it was going to be quite as smooth as that, but it is lovely. Now up here you can see that my phone is connected. So to get onto the app, obviously you have to download Suzuki MySPIN. Just go into, you know, whatever it is you use, Apple or Google, go and download that. Set it all up. It's just a case of connecting up your Bluetooth, follow instructions to connect it. Once it's connected, that's it, done. So to get onto the app, once you've paired up and you'll see your phone, it will say vehicle mode. What you do is you simply hold OK. It'll go into this, over to MySPIN, ready to enter, and then that's basically you got your phone up on the dash. This is what the app looks like. The app gives you these options, so you can choose contacts, calendar, maps, and if you wanted to listen to music, it has a sat nav in it, which is really cool. So if you are planning to do a bit of touring, no need to get a sat nav, get it, you know, on your bike. Is all there set for you. You do obviously have the USB, but if you wanted to charge your phone while you're out and about, having that sat nav there is one less thing you have to worry about. And then to come out, just keep pressing back, and then you're back to your dash. So how about comfort? The riding position, it's pretty similar to my SV. You know, the bars are pretty similar. I've got the Renthal 758s, so it's more an upright position rather than, you know, the original SV clip-on style. So these feel more natural to me just because I'm kind of used to riding that style. It's a very relaxed riding position. This is honestly such a fun bike to ride. It really is. It's so comfortable. I love that quick shifter, dude. It is so cool. The brakes are pretty decent. I'm not gonna, you know, try any silly emergency stops, not on a day like this, but the brakes are very good. The pegs on this, just the overall position is very comfortable. I can't really comment on the seat because I've only really been on it for about an hour, you know, and it feels absolutely fine. You know, I'm sure you could sit in this thing for hours and hours on end and you'd be, you know, absolutely great. The mirrors are actually surprisingly really good as well. They're quite big mirrors and you can actually see quite a lot. You know, my SV, I kind of have to try and look between my arms a wee bit and pop my head out a wee bit to get a decent view. Don't really have to do that in these. I don't know how well the GoPro's picking it up, but I can see pretty much the full lane behind me either way, which is, you know, what you want with a set of mirrors, isn't it? Even for just kind of, you know, going about town, it's got a nice light clutch in it. The clutch is really smooth. It's really nice. It's got a good biting point, but obviously with the quick shifter, once you get used to using it, you know, you're not really going to be using the clutch that much anyway, apart from stopping and going. You know, in terms of power of this thing, you know, it's something I can't really comment on because, you know, it's a 150 brake horsepower bike. It's going to be pretty quick. You know, it's not the best day for testing things like that, especially when this isn't my bike. You know, it's basically a demo bike, and I'm very, very fortunate to get a shot of it. Oh, look at that. What a beautiful SV. Cupar Motorcycles. Don't forget, dudes, if you're looking for a new bike, new or used, remember, go and check out Cupar Motorcycles. All their details are in the description below. Whatever it is you're looking for, they will help you out. There's one thing I really like about this bike, and I don't know if it's something you really think about too much, but the grips, they feel slightly thicker. It feels more comfortable. You know, mine are just slightly thinner, and it just feels more comfortable in your hand. You're just having that slightly thicker grip. Whether they are thicker or it's just because the rubber's still new, they haven't really wore down or anything, I don't know. They're very, very comfortable. And the switches aren't intimidating either. You know, there's not that much on here that you can accidentally press and do something wrong. You know, stuff has to be held and all that sort of stuff. You know, you can press OK and it'll just go about stuff. You can't really change anything too easily without doing it on purpose. I must admit, it's quite nice having a gear indicator on a bike. You know what it's like if you ride bikes. You know, it's like, am I in third? Am I in fourth? You know? So whether you're a seasoned rider or even a fairly new rider, you know, this is going to be a nice upgrade if you're looking to go from something like a 600 up to 1000. If you're looking for a nice manageable 1000cc, mate, look at the GSXS. So I've been riding this bike for about an hour or so. It's a lovely bike to ride, super easy to ride, but one of my favourite things is this dash. You obviously want to be connecting your phone to it to get the absolute best out of it. For a digital dash, it's very, very simple, very, very easy to use. Same with all the switches, you know, switching from traction control or, you know, switching to different modes. All that stuff is super easy. If you're in the market for a bike in this kind of category, you know, you're looking for something that's like a sports tourer sort of thing with, you know, a good bit of grunt about it, you know, it's got plenty of power to have a bit of fun on and also do whatever it is you need, definitely check out Suzuki GSX-S 1000GT. And let's just be honest, when I found out I was going to be able to come and test ride this bike, when I saw it was in black, it was like, oh mate, that is just the best colour to have any bike in, you know. It's the slow control on this bike is very easy as well. You know, it's easy enough to do U-turns and all that sort of stuff. You know, that's not a problem at all. It's been a nice day to come out and test this bike. Unfortunately, the roads are a little bit rubbish today, but can't change that, unfortunately. But nonetheless, it still let me know that this is a fantastic bike to ride. But it is time for you to go home.
But hopefully you guys have enjoyed this video. I did have a few mic issues in this video, and the last couple of minutes of the GoPro audio just wasn't there, so I'm having to do the outro in a wee voiceover. But this was my first ever bike review, so it is a new kind of style of recording and editing that I'm not really used to, so hopefully I'll get better at them, but hopefully you enjoyed it. But don't forget guys, go down below and check out Cupar Motorcycles. All their details will be down below. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed this video. If you have guys, give it the thumbs up. I really do appreciate every single one of your likes, and if you want to see all of my videos, click on that subscribe button. Ring the bell while you're there, that way you get notified every time I upload a video. But until next time dudes, stay safe, ride safe, take it easy.